How is everybody doing? It's been a little while here. I've been out. Peter Vernon here. I am back, and I wanted today to just dive in and start discussing what my personal outlook is for the market this coming week. Because I run multiple businesses here in Austin, Texas, my characteristic personality of trading has shifted over to swing trading equity options, and I do that because swing trading futures is going to require a super amount of capital, especially playing with a lot of leverage. Day trading in itself, if you don't have wide risk stops and tolerances, I can tell you right now from my personal experience, what I've learned is is not going to work for you or your personality. You got to find trading that works for your personality. There's tons of trading styles out there. I don't discriminate. Whatever works for you, in my opinion, that's good for you. Whatever works. I think what works for me, some people are biased, think it doesn't work, then that's your problem. I've shifted a lot of my attitude recently, and with my mentor, I've learned a lot of things, and with my trading real money, my own money, I've learned that what you think is right, then you're right. What I think is right in my world. What works for me, might not work for you, but it works. Whatever works for you may not work for me, but I'm not going to judge it. If it's making you money, I'm on your side. I back you up. You know what I mean? There's no this guy, that guy bullshit talk. And I hear a lot of that on the internet. And I hear a lot of that through the schools that I've paid thousands and thousands of dollars for. And a lot of it, which I kind of regret. But it was helped me learn and convinced me of my way and what works. It's fine. You know, I'm not going to try and talk crap back. But anyways, with that said, because it's been a little while, I wanted to make a note of that. Real quick here, want to go ahead and show you guys a quick disclaimer because, again, I am talking about finances. Guys, please read this stuff. Long story short, this is what it's all about. This is what it means. Don't take my advice. Anything I say, it's all my own opinion. I trade my own money. I don't trade other people's money. I'm not licensed. I don't care to be licensed. It's not any kind of benefit for me to be licensed. As long as I just tell you guys that it's at your own risk. What you do is at your own risk. The opinions you take of others is at your own risk. I've done it a lot. I've lost a lot of money taking people's opinions in my learning curve, and sometimes I still fall victim to it. It's personal, just personal things I gotta fix on my end where I'll sit there and follow fundamental when I shouldn't. I'm a technical trader. My entries and exits are based on technicals. Again, people probably out there gonna rant, oh, that doesn't work. That doesn't work for you. It works for me. What works for others is maybe fundamental. And I've learned it doesn't work for me. Fundamental doesn't work for me. So again, please take this to your heart. I am not giving any advice. I'm not being compensated even anymore to give anybody an opinion or anything like that. So I wanted to just share the market overview. I've seen a lot of volatility's been pretty low to me in this last couple of weeks here. If we zoom in on the ES, we've had a couple of weeks of just this tight consolidation. Some people here might call it pennants on the technical trading side, wedging, flags, whatever. I'm just looking at areas coming from a commodity experience place, and what I've learned from the guy who taught me the best has just taught me areas of support resistance where big buying on macro time frames, because that's what works for me, is taking place. I don't use a lot of micro time frame. I do not trade day trading. I'm limited on my time frame, and so I like to come in, being engaged in markets, and I'll swing trade equities on pretty much daily charts. Now, if I want to day trade futures, I'll look at the same style, but then I'll go in and I'll make my entry on more micro time frames. If you guys want to learn more about trading that style, I can definitely refer you to somebody that can teach you that. Okay, just send me a message or comment, and I'll forward you his information. But again, this is just what I'm seeing, what I'm going through, how I'm feeling the market is working. Talking about geopolitics real quick here. It's good to be aware of what's going on to some degree, especially at least on geopolitical matters when you're looking at trading commodities, the overall markets, because things do move based on geopolitical events. These are important events. These are market impacting movement events. Example, like our good old president here, that talks and tweets a lot, and so it moves stuff. So sometimes curiosity, you might want to know. A solid technical trader that is very disciplined will ignore all this junk. I've got myself caught up a few times, and recently again, trying to focus on fundamentals of a company or something like that. Who really damn cares? You know, what happens. If you have a good technical rule based on me, based on what I've learned, and it doesn't work, it didn't work. But then sitting there wasting more time trying to figure out why. Sometimes it's just you might hear eventually why. Now, this last week we had a lot of big movement on our equities because of news such as, our economy calendar last week. What carried our markets up even when fundamentals are looking bad for a company. Facebook taking on heat. I'm in a Facebook position right now. I'm close to getting out of it at a loss. I'm going short Facebook right now, and Facebook has been making almost at its all-time high and about to break it. And it's going to look identical to all the markets. Well, we had good employment reports, and that kind of balanced out trade news that's going on right now. With our president being fierce and tough on different countries, and so you have market movements overall based on that stuff, because you're looking at companies like Facebook or Apple and saying, well, there's really nothing going on there. Why is it moving? Well, again, if you were 100% solid technical trader, you are not going to care about that stuff anyway. If you kind of like me, where you get that little weakness, that curiosity, you want to poke your head into the fundamental world and figure things out. That's what I kind of figured out for the week for myself, and again, sharing that with you. Markets are open here. It's Sunday, June 3rd. ES is down, almost 4 points now. But what does that really matter by the time we wake up tomorrow morning? We've seen points drop in this last week. The Dow 200-300 points overnight. Next morning, just to come back and be right on track, making new highs. And I'm sorry, not new highs, but reversing its path and going back up into this little trend here, right? We see these motions, these big swings up and down through support and resistance areas, wide, very wide, but still again maintaining its little churning little motions there. Is big money exchanging money? Are they cashing out and keeping markets in this? Usually, this is what we see will happen. Okay, big money just cash in, out, doing transactions, keeping markets at a pace before you see an explosion. What do people call that? Breakouts. Let's look at Facebook. I'm in this trade right now. People that know me by now know I trade one way. Whether it's futures, if I have to look at a Forex chart, because I don't trade it, or equity swing trading options, I am looking at my entry in momentum, fashions, and divergence. I won't get too much into that because, again, I'm not here to teach or exploit what my mentor teaches. You guys want to learn what that's all about, then you can message me and I can refer you. My strategy is simple now. I keep it very simple. And what I was just still seeing till now, again, look at Facebook. It's at pretty much a couple dollar away from breaking out and into new highs, breaking this all-time high that we've had here of February. Okay, but a lot of this stuff, would you say, well, with Facebook, with all this bad news and all that stuff, well, if you followed fundamental, you would have taken an opposite trade like I did, and still you're battling an uphill battle with a company that constantly they're on an uptrend overall, right? So it's just I broke my own 2 rules there. Bothering to knock at the door of the fundamentals and then swimming against the current. I mean, it's a losing battle in the long run. It's painful. It's bloodshed, blood spilling. That's what I've been doing this week. Granted, I had some good trades on Tesla and things like that helped me out. It's just still I could have done a lot better. I think, my opinion. Apple is looks so identical to the ES. Okay. To the S&Ps. Now, by the way, when I'm showing you guys the markets, the S&P, I'm also showing you, the futures of it, okay? That's /ES. That's the S&P E-mini. And in case you're wondering, well, why, for those of you that aren't into futures, why is the market open on a Sunday at 5:44 Central? Its market is open, and that's what I'm going off of. Now, if we look at a lot of these companies, almost just identical to the market. So is the company, especially Apple, here you want to go fundamental before they go into this some kind of worldwide convention thing that they do and talk about their new products coming out. Is it going to break higher when the market breaks out higher? It very well could, because that's what might have been carrying it Friday, away from the labor news that came out, all, out of the ballpark records, apparently. And who knows why? I don't know why. I don't hold a doctorate there. We still we're touching pretty much almost at the all-time high, ready to break out or break down. We don't know. I don't know. Markets could only do a few things. We do know, though, that we've had this period of like really low volatility the last couple of weeks, and just a lot of stagnancy, right? Okay. Same thing with Facebook. If I go through, I can pick, let's look at Nvidia. Same thing here. Breaking out, it broke out. It had a regular pullback on overall uptrend. This is a very, very strong company, and it's just, out there on that little area of breakout again there. It can do anything. This week, I think these companies can do anything. Well, there's one I wanted to show you guys here. Where's Amazon again? It made its new high. Almost for the third time, made a new high. Is it going to break out more, continue, or are we going to have some pulling back because of what the markets could potentially do this week? So yes, does it matter what the overall market does? Of course, because it swings this stuff around. A lot of times some of these companies have no news at all, nothing going on the technical side. It might not work on the technical end because the market overall is carrying over the underlying itself. And we see that time and time again. IBM under so much heat. Why is it holding up? Well, technically, there's a lot of support here. But a couple of times I could tell you where I was in this trade here. The beginning of May. And if anything, just the markets help swing this thing up. IBM made 64 cents on Friday. It's nothing. It would have made you no money. And probably the only thing that helped them gain that 64 cents, my opinion, was the overall market. Everything was green. But we can go down all these lists and pretty much find that that's what happened. Okay, now there are some of these stocks that are still all up in the middle. Here we go. Here's Baba again. Another example. Right at the all-time high, closed on Friday at these levels. It can do anything. Again, we have a time in the market, guys. Let's go to NQ, where very, very tight, low volatility. From this last beginning of the year, we had nothing but volatility, and we've just been real stagnant. Okay, so and it's also getting ready to do either break up or break down. We don't know. I don't know. If I did, I'd be way richer than I am today. Here's the yes. Okay, so we're in this period where we can have a pop of momentum, and that's what we like. We like to be on the right side. How do we know? Don't really know. Everyone has a way. Right? There's no true thing out there. Right now, I say this week is going to be a very popping week. There's things coming out there on the bigger geopolitical end, which again, I'm no expert there, but I just know when things are on schedule like that, things move. We have a lot of companies sitting and testing these areas of resistance. At their highs or at their all-time highs, testing. Okay, we have a time in the summer where normally you have these summer rallies. So there's a lot of things that can sway back and forth and create volatility to either side. I just think that something's going to pop, and it's going to happen real soon. It's going to be this week. I thought I'd make a video and bring that up after being gone a while. I'll try to be making more of these. But other than that, I just wanted to share that point with you guys. Peter Caraverdi, and I am out. Have a good trading week, folks. Again, if you like this video or want to get more video updates from me, you can click like and subscribe to the channel. Put a little reminder on the little bell thing over there. I may or may not be around soon, but if I do, at least you'll get alerted. If you have any questions, post them. I will try to start following up on the comments. I try not to block anybody out. I'm not a biased, and I don't care who says what. Doesn't matter. Bring it on. This is open for everybody. It's free. YouTube allows me to put these up here. As long as, again, I warned you guys, this is all my opinion only. No one's pushing this. Goldman Sachs is not sitting behind me telling me sway people around. I'm just telling you, I make my own decisions with my own trading money. So trade safe.